Joining me now from Washington, D.C., contributing editor for Newsweek and Daily Ledger contributor Peter Roff. Peter, I'm talking about a rational response. And if we look at our federalist system, the framers of the Constitution, as a guide, shouldn't we be handling a response to a virus like this county by county instead of state by state? It needs to be broken down even further. You know, if you look at California, for example, okay, there's a bit of a problem in certain counties, like in the Bay Area. But Fresno County and Bakersfield area, there's not that same problem. Shouldn't we be looking at this through a federalist lens?
We should be looking at this in all kinds of ways, not just in the ways that look embarrassing to President Trump, as some of my media colleagues like to do. You know, the President's right. The Army Corps of Engineers built 2,900 hospital beds in 3 days in New York. That's a remarkable feat. That ought to be getting coverage. Dyson, the British engineer, designed a new ventilator in, I think he said, 48 hours, working nonstop, that they're now building in England. The work that's going into building ventilators here. The work that Abbott Labs did to get the 5-minute test done so quickly. These are great American success stories that would not be possible without the free market economic system. If in another iteration, if this had been all run by the government, we'd all be sitting at home with our doors bolted, with the National Guard driving our streets to make sure nobody got out, because that would be the only way to stop things.
Right.
We ought to be talking about the way we are punching back against this virus, the way that we are asserting our rights to innovate and create and to dig our way out of this mess that the Chinese caused.
And a lot of what you mentioned being done without triggering and without forcing companies through the Defense Production Act. So, you know, it's good old-fashioned American ingenuity. Some of it's overseas, but a lot of it is domestic. But I want to look at the cold, hard numbers out of Los Angeles, because it's an important area. It's, you know, second largest city in the country, maybe the biggest metropolitan area in the country. 2,100 cases, Peter, 34 people dead, 10 million total population. That puts the mortality rate at 0.0000034. Why, from a state that in the 1960s said question authority, why are they not questioning authority in California?
I don't know why. It would have been nice if Governor Brown had not shut down the anti-pandemic office that Governor Schwarzenegger started, that had pre-made hospitals ready to go and had beds ready to go and had ventilators ready to go and had a response ready to go. It would have been nice if we hadn't been forced by the Obama administration's loosening of controls on the border to resettle so-called refugees in areas around LA and Orange County, some of whom might be infected with this disease or other kinds of pathogens, creating other kinds of pandemics. Right. It's unfortunate that we didn't do a lot of things that could have left us better prepared to fight this pandemic. But because, frankly, of the leadership shown by President Trump and by some of the governors, we are in this fight. We are producing tests. We are testing more. This is why the numbers have shot up, but we're testing more. We're getting ventilators to people who need them. We haven't won this fight, but we're winning.
Yeah.
And we're winning pretty damn quickly. And we're winning pretty damn quickly because we live in a free market entrepreneurial system.
And that part of it is great. But the governmental response, many aspects of it, makes absolutely no sense unless you view it through a political lens and a way to harm the re-election chances of President Trump. Peter, thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.